White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders is firing back after a report claiming she and Deputy Press Secretary Raj Shah are considering leaving the White House. Sanders is now saying she loves her job and is honored to work for the president. Joining us, Howard Kurtz, host of Media Buzz here on Fox. I should say she's now saying that because she's saying that in response to the report. She's said that all along. Howard?
Yeah, this CBS story struck me as weirdly speculative when I read it. I mean, to say that Sarah Huckabee Sanders has been talking about leaving at the end of the year hardly means it's set in stone. It would hardly be unusual for someone in such a high-stress job and who has 3 young kids to depart, after 2 years in office. As far as Raj Shah, I'm told that he has no plans to leave, and even the story says he hasn't made up his mind. So I thought she swatted that down pretty effectively on Twitter, saying she was out with her kids at some school event and didn't even know about this.
Yeah, and here's the tweet that she sent out in response to that report. She questioned, does at CBS News know something I don't about my plans and my future? I was at my daughter's year-end kindergarten event, and they ran a story about my plans to leave the White House without even talking to me. I love my job, and I'm honored to work for the president. Without even talking to her, to put out a report, you think you would do that. So it's the right thing to do, and they did not,
well,
she says.
I wouldn't do it because you're leaving yourself wide open for a tweet like that or a comment like that saying, hey, you never talked to me, and I'm the person who presumably is making up my mind. Now, look, Sarah Sanders has had a rough time with the White House press corps lately. There's been a lot of back and forth about information related to the Russia investigation, whether she knew things that turned out to be true or not. So I can see where she might be a little bit frustrated, and maybe she's venting, or maybe she is talking, just chattering with friends about what she may do long term. But I can't imagine a story in any other administration, Sandra, about a White House aide who would leave or might leave in 6 months. Only in the media soap opera that is Trump world would that be considered news. 6 months a long time. President could ask her to stay on. She could always change her mind, well, if indeed there is any substance here at all.
And Fox News is reporting that that they are both weighing their future options, but that sort of goes without saying for anybody who holds a job, right?
Well, particularly in an administration where a lot of people have left, sure, you're always weighing your options. Someone could come along and make you a $3 million offer. I mean, usually in this administration, when there were stories about Reince Priebus or Steve Bannon, the stories would say, they might leave in 2 hours because there has been a lot of turmoil and turnover. But Sarah Huckabee Sanders, I mean, the president obviously has a good relationship with her, and I don't see any evidence, and based on her denial, she may, obviously at some point she will leave, but I don't see much to back up this story, especially again with the denial.
There is no doubt, Howard, that it is a tough job. It's a daily grind, and it is long hours, and it's tough.
Just ask Sean Spicer.
Yeah, yeah, she's been in there a lot longer at this point, right?
Yes, she has.
But it's also just not unheard of to have a press secretary decide, my time here is done. It's, even though they like what they're doing. Has she hinted at any future departure from the White House?
I don't have any indication of that. I think, when you serve at the pleasure of the president, who could always decide to make a change, I think there's going to be some shakeup on the communications team. I think in that case, you're always thinking about what your options are. How long do you want to continue to work at this pace of backbreaking jobs? Reporters are calling 6 in the morning, 11 at night, and the news cycle is more speeded up now than ever. But, look in the last administration, Barack Obama, started out with Robert Gibbs, and then there was Jay Carney, and then there was Josh Earnest. I mean, turnover is sort of baked into these jobs. The days when a press secretary would last 8 years is ancient history. News cycle was a lot slower in the past.
And of course, she just returned from this lengthy trip with the president abroad. She was over for the big meeting with North Korea's Kim Jong-un. So we will continue to watch that. But for now, she says, I'm staying put. Howie, thank you.